Welcome all sports fans. I'm Dolph Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in.
The Come On In Sports Network.
How you doing? Come on in. I'm Dolph Jackson, and this is Come On In NBA Western Conference Finals Recap. Well, my oh my. We may have just counted out the Timberwolves just a tad too early. As the Timberwolves come in with their backs against the wall, and they leave Dallas with that all-important first win of the series, thus not being eliminated tonight. The Brooms will now have to be put up. It would not be a full-game sweep. The Mavericks still are in position to get a gentleman's sweep of 4-1. But tonight, there will be no sweep. There will be no partying in Dallas. They will have to wait at least for 2 more days. Can the Minnesota Timberwolves go back home and force this series to come back to Dallas for Game 6? Those are some answers. Those are some questions that we will try to answer tomorrow and a little bit tonight. The link is in the chat, family. First of all, thank everyone for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, come on in. Again, Minnesota Timberwolves tonight prevail 105-100. The difference tonight were the 2 stars of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony "Ant" Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns finally showed up. In the first half, he had 5. In the second half, he had 20, though he fouled out late in the game. But Ant-Man will take care of business down the stretch. The Minnesota Timberwolves, man, you got to take your hats off to them. The world was against them tonight. Everybody was pretty much writing them off, thinking this was going to be it for their season. But they say, no, we're not having it. We're going to come out. We're going to fight hard. And listen, they came out playing hard from the beginning. Anthony Edwards came out being aggressive. looking for his shot, not just going to the corner. He was searching all his shots. He was being aggressive. He was being hungry. You had the veteran Conley in the first half setting the table for what was going on in this ball game. So again, congratulations, family, to the Minnesota Timberwolves as they shut everybody up. Everybody had this losing this game, but they pulled out the victory, 105-100. We're now being joined by one of the hosts of the Come On In NBA, the one and only from Real Fan Sports, Mr. Nine Fiction. Nine, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well, brother. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing fine tonight, man. Hey, man,
Yeah.
salute to the Timberwolves, man. salute to the Timberwolves, man. Like I said, man, everybody was counting them out today, man. Everybody thought it was just a done deal. But listen, you got to check out their grit, man. They fight, man.
I actually said they was gonna win this game. I already knew it beforehand. I felt like they had what it took to win this game. But I mean, I do think they're gonna lose the next game. I do felt that. I felt it was gonna go 4-1. I even said in my prediction video it wasn't gonna be a sweep. I said even if it's gonna be Denver or Dallas, it wasn't gonna be a sweep either team they played. But I did say I believe Denver or Dallas are gonna move on. And now there's no Denver. Dallas, I think Dallas is still moving on to the finals. I still think that for sure.
Gotcha. Again, find the difference from tonight's game. The roles were reversed tonight. Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, they outdo Luka and Kyrie. They were more efficient tonight. They came up with the big shots, and at one time, Karl Anthony Towns hit like 2 or 3 straight threes, 3 straight big shots, man.
Yeah, he had two big threes and then one like a few minutes later, another one a few minutes later.
And a few minutes later, man, he at halftime he only had 5. Second half he finished. He came on, man. He helped carry that load. He was that Robin to Anthony Edwards' Batman with 20 in the second half. Then of course they got contributions a little even from Rudy Gobert. He even did something tonight. But again, 3-1. I'm impressed by the Timberwolves. It's not like these games have been blowouts anyway. All the games have come down to the wire. So tonight they were just able to make the necessary plays to win the game, and Dallas was not.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Anybody who expected them to be blowouts, especially in the West, you don't know basketball. I mean, that doesn't make sense with the type of talent both these teams have. The one problem I have with the Timberwolves just had nothing to do with Anthony Edwards. All deals with Cat and deals with Gobert. I think Gobert is a false defensive player of the year. He should not be defensive player of the year. But I also think Cat Towns being 7 feet, you are 7 feet tall, 7-0.
Yes.
And when you're backing down Kyrie Irving and you can't back him down, you forgot a part of your game. The man should have more than 25 points.
Yes.
He doesn't play in the paint no more. I don't know if he's just because Gobert is down there. I have no idea. He won the 3-point contest and now convinced said, I'm the greatest big man 3-point shooter. Now all he shoots is threes. We don't need you to shoot threes. We need you to go in the paint and put in work. There's a reason why Dallas big men are not in foul trouble because you're not working down there.
He's not. You know, I've been screaming it since the series started, last series. You know, you got to take advantage. You can't allow teams to switch a small man on you. You got to take advantage of, like you say, he did a little in the second half, but game 5, he's got to come out from the get-go doing that. He's got to come out from the get-go doing that. He has to. He cannot follow up this very good second half. I'm gonna say good second half performance tonight, and come back. What's the day? Tuesday, Thursday night, and put up another dud. You know, he can't shrink back because they need him now.
Oh yeah, they definitely need him. I agree 100%.
They definitely need him. And listen, he was needed tonight. McDaniels tonight was a little quiet tonight. Was a little quiet tonight, so they definitely needed Karl Anthony Towns. And hey, he answered the call tonight. And the Edwards said when in the interview they asked him what was the difference. He said, I just wasn't selling tonight. I was being aggressive. I wasn't just going passing the ball, going stand in the corner. I was looking for my shot, and you can see he was hunting. He came out hunting early.
Okay.
So again, Mavericks fall 105-100. Timberwolves send the series back to the Twin Cities Thursday night, looking to get a win on their home court. The Mavericks looking to close it out with a gentleman's sweep. Let's take a look at some of the font stats from this ball game in the box score. Jaden McDaniels on the evening, he pulled in 10 points. He had 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 1 block. Karl Anthony Towns on the night, he was efficient, 9 of 13 from the field, 69% from the floor. He had 5 rebounds, 25 points tonight. Rudy Gobert pulled in a double-double. He had 13 points and 10 rebounds. Anthony Edwards, 29 points, 9 assists, 10 rebounds, one assist away from a triple-double. He was 11 of 25 from the floor tonight. Mike Conley set the table early. He was 5 of 9, 55% from the floor. He scored 14, dished out 7 assists, and had 3 rebounds. Kyle Anderson making the small plays. It doesn't show up in the box score, but he made the small plays, the screens, the rebounds, a timely shot here. Naz Reid came off the bench, though he was a -10 tonight. He was 3 of 6 from the floor. He did not hit a 3, but he had a beautiful reverse layup, man. And I didn't know what that was. If I was watching LeBron, Naz Reid, man, that was beautiful right there, man. So Naz Reid finished with 6. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 2 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 5 from downtown. He also finished with 6. For the Dallas Mavericks, Derrick Jones Jr. on the evening, scored 9 points, had 4 assists and 5 rebounds. PJ Washington struggled tonight. He was only 3 of 13 from the field. This is something to keep an eye on. When PJ Washington plays good, Dallas seems to win. He had 10 points tonight with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Daniel Gafford, 6 of 6 from the field. He was perfect from the field tonight. He pulled in 12 points. Only grabbed, though, which is surprising. They only credited him with grabbing 2. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Excuse me. Gafford had 8 rebounds tonight, and he scored 12 points tonight. He also had 1 assist. Kyrie Irving, not a Kyrie night tonight. 6 of 18 tonight, only 33% from the field. He had 4 assists, 2 rebounds. He also had 4 turnovers, and he was a -2 on the floor. He finished with 16. Luka was no better. Luka, again, both of us, they shot the same percentage from the floor. So the big 2 tonight for the Mavericks could not come through and pull that magic that they have been pulling. It was reversed tonight. Luka tonight was only 7 of 21 from the floor. He finished with 28 points, 10 assists, 15 rebounds, a triple-double, but he was a -13 on the floor. Not enough. Dwight Powell did not even play. Jaden Hardy, he had some big minutes in this game.
Yeah, he actually did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he had some big minutes. He down the stretch in the third, he hit 2 really big back-to-back. Man, that dunk, I didn't even see that dunk coming, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna lay it up, and he threw that thing down. He had me jumping out my seat. Yeah, so on the night he was 5 of 8, 3 of 4 from downtown. He finished with 13 points, 1 rebound, no assist. Maxi Kleber making his debut in the Western Conference Final. Only attempted 3 shots. He was 1 of 3, 0 of 2 from downtown, and pulled in 2 points. Dante Exum on the evening, 2 of 3, 1 of 2 from behind the arc, and he pulled in 5. Again, the Western Conference Finals now stands at 3-1, with the Dallas Mavericks leading the way. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they stab off elimination, head back to the Twin Cities, looking to make it a series. So now, I know you earlier, as we started, you say you expect the Mavericks to end it Thursday night. But for the Minnesota Timberwolves to make a return trip to Dallas, what's it going to take for them to get the W Thursday night? Then we'll bring Trey in.
So every series, no matter who's playing, it fits a certain player. A certain player has an opportunity to not, I won't say show out, but to be the more dominant player on the team, regardless if it's a star or not. And this series is meant for Cat to be the better player. Cat's not taking opportunities he's supposed to be taking. He's been trying to shoot from behind the arc so freaking much. And I think it's him saying, "Oh, I shoot 1,500 shots a game practice." First of all, if you're doing that, you're probably shooting too much during the postseason. You should be resting a little bit more than shoot all them shots. 2, you should be focusing on the paint. You should be in the paint. Get in the paint. There's the Dallas Mavericks don't have to worry about the paint when they go into the paint. If nobody's collapsing, if he's too busy playing outside, they don't have to worry about that.
Right.
And that's one less thing that they have the Mavericks have to worry about, that they should have to worry about. They should have to worry about Cat in the paint, and they don't. Gobert, he's like I said, I always make jokes. I feel like his hands are too small because when they throw the ball to him, he's constantly letting it go. He's constantly turning it over. He's constantly like he can't touch it or he can't grab it. I mean, for them to come back, it's the emphasis on Karl-Anthony Towns being the big that he's supposed to be at 7 feet tall. He has to be in the paint a little bit more, has to demand the ball in the paint a little bit more, has to play at a higher clip a little bit more. Like shooting threes is cool, but when you only made 3 in the last like 4 or 5 games, you shouldn't be doing that. You should try something different. That's like, just to go back on my personal experience in watching the finals for the Warriors.
Right.
When Steph's shot wasn't dropping in Houston, he stopped asking for the ball. He started getting other players open, getting them hot, and then he started going to the layup. Got away from the three-pointer. Same thing in Boston. He got away from the three-pointer. Started getting to the layups and started playing more of the true traditional point guard. Then he took an opportunity, a heat check, and it worked, and it started dropping. You have to try something different. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting it to change when it's not happening.
Right.
Cat has to be the difference maker. Edwards doing what he's doing. He's doing exactly what he's doing. He's still young. He's going to make mistakes. Right. You can't put all that pressure on and expect him to be perfect the first time this deep in the playoffs, where this team hasn't been in how many years?
Exactly. Since the big ticket, baby. Since they had the big ticket.
Exactly. What was that, 20 years ago?
It's about that. It's been a minute.
So, I mean, Minnesota fans, be happy. Not say to settle for this, but still, this is something to look forward to for the future. I don't think this is the Minnesota's time. I think they still got. I think they have another moment, some more time to develop themselves, especially with Gobert. Gobert is not the answer in the paint for that team.
Nah, man, he has no offensive repertoire.
He is a liability. He's a liability. Yeah. I think the reason why he plays so much is because he got paid so much. Like, he's a liability.
Right. And speaking of Karl-Anthony Towns, let's take a look at his shot chart for the night. So if you take a look at this shot chart here, he took, these are the threes. He took 4 threes from behind the arc where we can see it. But look at here in the inside. This is where he has to take advantage of right here on the block. That's like you say, when they switch, especially when they switch Kyrie on you, he's supposed to eat. Listen, I'm going to go. I'm going to score, or you go foul me. I'm gonna get him in foul trouble. So y'all gonna have to rethink that.
Yes,
he has to force Jason Kidd's hand. He has to force the Mavericks to make an adjustment because he's dominating that matchup. Even if they put Jones on him, same thing. Jones is a good defender, but same thing. Jones, the only one is Gafford.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's supposed to go at everybody. You know,
I agree. Everybody can get it when he's in that paint. That's how he should think it. Everybody can get it. I don't care who it is. Put Gobert back there. I'm taking my teammate to the hole. That's the mentality. No matter who's down there, they can get it. That's how you should be thinking. Not, I want to get to the perimeter. Right. But that's not what you started with. Yeah, you became a 3-point shooter, but your bread and butter's in the paint. Go eat.
And in the paint, he was 5 or 7 inside the paint.
Yeah,
he was 5 or 7, and he beyond the arc, he was on 4 or 5. But this is what we're talking about. This area right here. For those of you at home who may not know, the green are successful, or those are made shots, and of course the exit or his missed shot. Even the miss, but look where they are. He may have missed them, but look where they are. He's putting pressure on the defense. He's attacking. He's being aggressive.
All 3 of those are blocks. They're not even real misses. All 3 of those are blocks from Gafford.
Right.
And also, too, I think because he doesn't play in the paint like he used to,
Right.
I think he's unfamiliar with the territory. He's not. It's not him no more because he wants to be a 3-point shooter. He wants to be Embiid.
Yeah.
So he's playing the same. He's playing that same way. Because even Embiid goes to the perimeter, and a lot of times, like if you look at it, like you said, his chart 9 of 13. Yes, he made 4 outside, and there were 4 big shots.
Right.
But part of the reason why there's no more shots up there is because he's on the perimeter like this, waiting for the ball. He's not doing anything, not moving. He's in the corner waiting for the ball. But just imagine if he was in the paint. I guarantee you have a whole lot more shot attempts in that paint. Because Edwards, when he's coming out there, Edwards trying to make a difference. If Edwards driving, he'll try to find you. But what about if he just drives and throws you up an alley-oop that you can just easily dunk because you're in the paint already?
Right. And speaking of Edwards, let's take a look at his shot chart for the evening. 11 to 25 from the evening. He was 2 or 3 from downtown, but attacking the rim, mid-range, elbow, right inside the 3-point line. So you can see his aggressive. But look at that. Aggressive. Look at all this. Aggressive. He was being aggressive. He was on the attack mode. He was not tonight. He did not bail the Dallas defense out. He did not help them. He did not let them dictate. Listen, I know they go double team and they're going to try to get the ball out of my hand. I got to go early. So as soon as any sliver of light of sunlight, daylight he was attacking.
Oh, yeah.
He shot 44% tonight from the field. He was 11 to 25, and he led the way for the T-Wolves tonight as they get an all-important victory and spoil the Dallas Mavericks plans for a sweep. Now the Mavericks will look to have the gentleman's sweep. Samuel, how you doing? Says, I'm out. Bye. Good night. See you soon. All right, Sam, you have a good night, my brother.
Yeah,
have
I mean, I did not. The part of the reason why I didn't expect them to win, like I said, I just had a feeling that wasn't going to happen. But when it came down to actually watching the game, I felt more positive about it because I feel like it's not that everybody hits a wall; it's that people are allowed to be tired. Right. When Edwards was tired, and he had the oxygen mask. He said, "No, he wasn't." I know you don't want nobody to know that, but we know it. It's a lot of work. You're in unfamiliar territory. You've never been this far. Exactly. It's new. And even for Kyrie and Luka, Kyrie's older. He's much older. So I expect him to be tired. I expect him to be exhausted at this point, running with players that are way younger than him. Not saying he can't do it, but him taking on a bigger chunk of playing more defense and offense in some of these series, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll. You're not allowed to, I don't want to say rest, but you're not allowed to catch your breath properly when you're actually trying to play both sides. So when he's missing the shots, I'm not necessarily surprised because I know he's tired. Right. Luka, like we talked about in the stream, Luka got a bad back, bad knee, and bad ankle. There's gonna be moments where he's not gonna make the shots because he don't always have his legs underneath him. Right. But like you said, sorry about that. He said, like he said, when he got interviewed by the TNT crew, they asked him, if he was injured, he was like, I'm fine. You never gonna talk about it because the more you start thinking about it, the more it starts to affect how you play the game.
Right. And it's just like I was saying before, you have to make Luka and you have to make Kyrie work on the defensive end. Yeah, we spoke about it the other night. When you make Kyrie, matter of fact, you brought it up. You said when Kyrie has to play defense, his offense struggles. Mm-hmm. And you were right. And tonight, that's what happens. You have to be aggressive. You have to attack him, make him work on defense. We're going to bring Trey the Wave on and get his thoughts on tonight's game. Trey, how you doing?
You're muted, Trey.
You're muted, Trey.
Let me see if I unmute him.
How's it going?
Okay, there you go. Right. How you doing, man?
How you doing, my brother?
Not so good.
Not so good. Well, you thought the marriage would go in tonight?
Yes. Patience, so we can go sweeping together.
So we can go sweeping together.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. That's what the T-Wolf said, man. Not so fast tonight, man. So, Trey, what impressed you about the Timberwolves victory tonight?
That they competed about. I'm surprised. Go Bell played better than the rest of the series, to be honest.
Nah, you being real kind.
I just saying.
I just don't like his game.
He don't have game.
He
He don't
don't
have a
have no
game.
damn game.
He don't.
Man. Like,
He
dang. I mean, the
He
man
can't even
didn't
catch the ball.
you work what they pay you, man. But dang, man, he is sorry as hell on offense.
When you play
Man.
95% of your game in the paint, you can easily trip and fall into a double-double.
Easily.
And the fact that he struggles to get a double-double, I like that don't even make sense. How many times they're gonna throw it up to you? They're gonna give you at least 3 alley-oops. That's 6 points. You just need 2 more shots. You're gonna get fouled. That's 2 points. That's 8. You need 10. And you're gonna get the rebound because you're always in the paint. You're always in the paint.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on in, sports players of the game tonight is Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns, because for the first time in this series, they showed up tonight. They outperformed. They outdo Kyrie and Luka tonight. They are our co-players of the game. They did it together, and because of those two gentlemen, they now have an opportunity to go back home to Minneapolis and continue this series and try to force a game 6 back in Dallas. 9 says he doesn't think it's going to happen. Again, every game in this series has been close, other than probably game 2. But game 2 really was.
Remember last year? Remember last year? About.
Go ahead, Trey.
Remember the Heat almost ball a 3-0 lead. Boston came back but lost to game 7. It can happen.
Right. Yeah, it's not over until you get 4. It's not over until you get 4.
It definitely can happen. I just don't think it's gonna happen, but it definitely can happen. But I mean, it's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's my opinion.
Right. Well, look, family, we ain't staying on long tonight. We just want to come on, recap tonight's game. So again, we will be live Thursday night with the with Game 5 recap show, as we will be headed back to the Twin Cities, to the chagrin of Maverick Nation. But they are alive and they are ready in the Twin Cities as the T-Wolves get their first win of this series. Now they try to go home and put the pressure on the Dallas Mavericks by forcing a game 6. We shall see if it's possible. What you say, Trey?
What's in Minnesota to go to? That's what I'm thinking about.
Mall of America.
And Mall of America and some parks. That's about it.
Mall of America parks in winter. It's snowing up there right now.
So good.
Yeah, they can keep that.
They keep snow.
They keep that.
People need to remember there has never been a successful comeback after a 3-0. 156-0. Only 4 teams have pushed it to 7, but not a single one of them have won. The last team to push it to 7 was the New York Knicks, but they still lost. And that's the Knicks this year. They still lost.
Right, exactly. So, hey,
history is against them, but it doesn't mean it can't happen.
It can.
History can change.
Right.
It's just
Well, listen, family, we gonna get out here again. It's the T-Wolves prevailing tonight, 105-100. The series now stands 3-1 in favor of the Dallas Mavericks. Game 5 will be Thursday night in Minnesota. We will see you after that game. He's nonfiction. I'm Dolph Jackson. That's Trader Wade. And we'll see everybody later. Have a good night, family.
What up, Eric? See you guys later. Peace out. Love you guys.
How you doing? Come on in. The Come On In Sports Network invites you to join us for the 9th annual Kelly Mills Fundamentals of Football Camp. This year's camp will be Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m. at Harrell Playground in New Orleans, Louisiana. Donations are welcome, and if you would like to be a guest speaker, please contact the legendary Coach Rock at 504-417-2529. See you then.
The Come On In Sports Network.